Hello and welcome. My name is Eugene Piri, aka Slim. Don't ask me why I'm called Slim. And this right here is Extra Time, Zambia's premier sports podcast, where you get the facts, you get the drama, and you definitely get involved through our various channels. That's our YouTube channel and our Facebook page with the same name. Now, today, interestingly, we have a very, very, very controversial story. Well, depending on which side of the fence that you're sitting on. But we're talking about sports betting. We're talking about manipulation of results. We are talking about match fixing. Everything in and around fixing results or manipulating results in sports. And our guest was once a very, very bright and uprising soccer star. And eventually, today, he is a subject of redemption in sports. And I'm talking about none other than Nchimunya Mweetwa. He's wearing too many, many, many hats these days. I don't even know which one now to focus on, but I'm sure he will tell us exactly what he's into. Nchimunya, welcome
Yeah,
to Extra Time, Zambia's premier sports
yeah.
podcast.
Thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure to sit behind the cameras and talk about what I do. I think it's a noble cause, if I may say it like that. And then you don't know how to call me, but I prefer being called Abisha Nchimunya Mweetwa, just like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but still, for the purposes of context and for the purposes of this show, what is it that you are actually doing today in sports? Obviously, you're not playing football anymore.
No, no, no.
And it's not because of age, but you're not into sport. But what are you doing exactly?
So I'm safeguarding the integrity of sport. So I'm a trained safeguarding officer by the International Olympic Committee, and then I'm also an integrity officer. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a safeguarding part, and then also the integrity side. So the ethics and the compliance issues.
Okay.
So they're the ones that I'm into right now, and that's what I do.
Okay. I did allude to you, I did allude to the fact that you were once a rising soccer star, a bright star, I must insist.
Yeah.
And then suddenly just things changed. But I still see you traveling in and out. Like I must confess, I'm still your fan. And you're always on and off the road. How's family reacting to that?
Yeah, so you know, it's funny. It's funny that you're asking me this question, because all the people, even my son, actually says, "Dad, I think we need to build a house in the air for you." So yeah, I can say I was a bit selfish when I started doing this. I was a bit selfish, and but I did not know that I was going to be traveling like the way I do. But my family there to join me on this noble cause, and then so I can say they are supporting me in my work, but it was very difficult. I'll be honest with you. It was very difficult, like to say, guys, I'll only be home maybe in a month, 3 4 days. Most of the times I'm traveling.
Yeah.
But I am not just a family man. I'm a sportsman.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I can say. And my purpose now is to raise awareness, to advocate for integrity in sport, and I cannot do it behind my bedroom in the closet, but I need to be out there. And as I'm raising awareness to the sports family, I am safeguarding a child.
Yeah, sure.
I'm safeguarding a child from being vulnerable to all these unethical vices that are in sport.
Okay.
So my son is your son, and your son is my son, or your daughter my daughter. So all the kids are my kids, and as long as you are in sport, you are part of my family, and I have to make sure that tomorrow you are not caught up in a situation I was caught up in. So that's what I do. And my family, to be honest with you, they in the beginning it was difficult because I was not spending much time at home. But now it's good. Now it's good. My wife sometimes she would ask me when I'm home, maybe for a week. She would be like, "Are you not traveling anytime soon? You are invading our space, you know."
Yeah.
So they are learning to live without me.
Okay.
Yeah.
First, let me get this straight. You married while you were still a footballer or after you had stopped?
No, I'm clocking 19 years in marriage. Yeah. So I married when I was playing for Zesco United.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Anyway, we started dating when I was playing for Quito United. Then I went to Zesco. Zesco cemented my marriage.
Yeah.
Then, but the first year I was in Finland, that was the year I got married. So I've been with my wife all this while. So she married a footballer, camp coach, now integrity officer.
Yeah, so she's been through the transition basically.
Yeah.
So which also makes her a very good person to be a guest here on how she managed the transition from one day you are playing for Quito United, the next you are at Zesco United, you are flying, you are in Finland, the next Nchimunya, you are not playing football. But anyway, let's get back, and I don't want to veer off the script. I just wanted to find out. You already talked about integrity and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You are playing for Quito United. You go to Zesco United, Finland. Were you aware of some of the risks that are associated with football, apart from injury, of course?
Yeah, I can say, to some I can say I was aware. But here's a thing where you're aware of that if I smoke chamba, I can be caught, but I'm still smoking.
But you're still smoking.
Yeah, I'm still smoking. So it's an issue of the thrill. You know, you want to feel the thrill. So you're always about the pressures, because sport come with a lot of pressures, and then we sports people, we are built around pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, so the dark side of sport, yes, I was aware even when I was growing up, but I was, today I can say I was manipulated. My mind was corrupted.
Let me just pause here, and for the purposes of our viewers out there who don't know what exactly happened, I know your story has been told various fora and repeatedly so, but there's always young people coming up. We obviously have new viewers and our fans, and obviously they want to find out what are these two talking about. What is Nchimunya Mweetwa? Maybe you can help us in summary.
Yeah,
if
shed
you
more
don't
light.
mind.
Yeah. No, it's
From
okay.
the time you said you are a footballer from at Zesco United, Finland, and what happened to you? Yeah.
Yeah, so like you've rightly put it, not everyone may be aware of my story, and a story must be told every now and then.
Sure.
That's why we used to sit under the moon in the villages with our grandparents, and they were passing on stories. And it is the same with us. Now we've got cameras. We can use the cameras to tell our stories, but every now and then you keep on pounding the rock. Yeah, so the time I was playing for the Zambian clubs, there was a situation where you could hear the fans saying, "Vamugula ref," the ref has been bought. Yeah, all those kind of things. These defenders saw this game. A goal is a game. You know what I mean? Maybe making mistakes that a fan can say,
That's suspicious.
Yeah, that's suspicious. So I've grown up in that situation, and I went on to play in Europe. Yes, I played for Ropes, which had the likes of Z Sileti, Modon Malitoli, Dabi Chilufya, Joe Chilufya. They also played for that club. And unfortunately, I was caught up in the match fixing scandal. I got arrested. I spent 9 days in the Chooks. Chooks, it's the jail cell.
Yeah, yeah.
And then FIFA banned me for 2 years. And so then went through depression, issues of mental health.
Wait. Match fixing, what kind?
So I was not scoring goals when I was supposed to score goals.
Wow.
I was missing them chances deliberately, on purpose, because I was being paid a lot of money to do that.
Not to score.
Not to score.
One would think you score and you get more money, but you were paid by, obviously not by the...
No, they are mafias actually, because match fixing is organized crime. Manipulation of competition, it's organized crime. So I was being paid very good money, to be honest. Very good money. Sometimes on a good business day.
When you missed so many goals.
When you miss so many
chances.
Yeah, that means at home.
It was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah.
For missing. Wow.
Good day at the office. And then you'd have so from 10,000 to somewhere $75,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so euros actually. So it varied. It varied between games, and I used to get those monies, and you can imagine maybe every weekend you're receiving 10,000 to 75,000, $100,000 like that. So
how long did this last?
Almost 5 seasons.
Ooh.
Yeah, almost 5 seasons.
Okay. Now, when news broke about your involvement in the ban that followed, and how did it hit you? What was your reaction? What did you go through then? After now news broke to say he's been arrested, match fixing. I'm sure there was a lot of press, bad press around that.
Very bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
bad.
how did you take that?
I was depressed. Yeah, I can't lie. What I went through, I attempted suicide 4 times. I'm glad I'm still alive to tell the story. So it was very difficult. You know, the only job I knew was football, playing football, and then it stopped. So
What really hit you hard? Was it the ban? Was it the fact that you've been banned, you're not going to play soccer? Or was it the stigma to say that's an untouchable person? Or the silence that led to your depression?
you know,
what really hit hard for you?
Everything hit me hard. You know, in 2007, I became a joint record holder of scoring in 13 consecutive games. Here, our top scorers now, they are failing to reach 10, 11.
14 out of 30 games.
Yeah. And I scored in 13 games consecutively. I was scoring a goal. So I became a joint record holder. I was the best player that season for my club, actually for the league. And then every now and then I was put in the back pages of newspapers. So my name was out there.
Associated with success.
Yes, with success. And then, like I said earlier on, that the only job I knew was playing football.
Yeah.
They banned everything. I was not thinking so much about it, but what was just on my mind was the Zambian people. What are they saying? What are they feeling? Because it was a scandal that hit the Zambian people and Africa, because most of the reports were not really coming out as Nchimunya. So it was an African, Zambia.
African. Yeah.
Yeah, so that also hit me so hard. And I was a bit young. I think I was somewhere around 27, 28. My mind wasn't fully developed like that. So it was just, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. And then You know where you're passing when I came back home, passing through the roads, from driving to walking,
Wow.
from $75,000 to failing to afford to buy a loaf of bread. So that was hard. That was very hard. Failing to pay for my son's school fees, it was hard. But we
Managed to navigate through it.
yeah, we live another day. You know, my family, they've been very supportive. My mother, when I had a chance to call her, so I was on the phone, talking to my mother with the interrogator there. So you know, whereby you're expecting comfort, from your mother, like, mom, this, because she was watching it through BBC, CNN, TV. Then she tells me, my son, when you make your bed, you have to lie in it. Yeah. You've done something wrong, you have to face the consequences. But remember, I am your mother and I love you. That hit me so hard, but it gave me a lifeline. I've done something wrong and I have to face the consequences. But I know that my mother loves me, in bad and in good times. So that gave me a lifeline, and I came back home. Yes, banned for 2 years, couldn't play anywhere. It was a very difficult moment for me and my friends. The friends that I'm still with, but the other friends, of course, the way life is, they left. They left
We're not
because,
going to mention names here, but were you doing this alone?
like you've said, that we're not going to mention them, and so I'll add on to not mentioning the name that I was arrested alone, I was banned alone, and I'll continue living this life alone.
Okay. Okay. Now, from obviously you were naive. The mafia obviously manipulated you and thinking to say, I think this young man, 75,000 euros a week is a lot of money. Now, from your experience, what do you think are some of the mistakes that footballers or anybody in sports makes that would lead them into what befell you?
Yeah, so you know, the questions I started asking myself was, when I was being approached by,
Where's the vulnerability? Let me
yeah,
phrase that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going. So I started asking myself, why did I not refuse when I was approached? And then I started looking back where I was coming from. I've grown up in an environment where, in sport, where I'm in grade 7. I was playing very good volleyball, very good. I've been a multi-talented kid. I can brag about it now. So I was playing very good volleyball, and then went into grade 8. Grade 8, that is junior high school. But my school, or the district I was playing volleyball for, in primary, they asked me to go and play there whilst I was in grade 8. So I went to compete with grade 7 primary school learners. So I had an advantage.
Wait. So you are in grade 8, junior secondary.
Yeah.
Then the district you are coming from says, come and play for us against grade 7.
Yes. So I went
That
to.
already is.
Yeah, so what I'm driving at is age cheating.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I went to other schools where, yes, of course, would play with teams, um, being given juju to take advantage of, juju,
Yeah.
to take advantage of the opponents. And then, so in that space where I was, when I was asking myself questions, like, why did I not refuse? Then the answer lies in the same space where I was playing for primary whilst I was at junior high. The juju being given by a multi-man at school, and then you play for other clubs, and then you are there talking to the referee. Yes, a little something so that give me a penalty. The coaches talking to referees, administrators buying Hungry Lion for referees who are 4, but they're buying 12 packs, things like that. So
These things happen?
yeah, sadly. Oh. Yeah, sadly, but we have to stop them by talking about them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I found myself in a situation where I'm like being groomed into something. But when I was young, I was being corrupted. So my mind was corrupted in that space. And then I get to a point where this mafia guy comes to me, approaches me to say, you know what, I like the way you play. Here's a $10,000. Go and buy coffee. A coffee that you can buy, about 35 kwacha. Mm-hmm. And then $10,000. Go and buy coffee. That's a lot of money. And then you're thinking, yes, if I can be given $10,000 to buy coffee, there's more where it's coming from. And so it started like that. It's like today I take a rose flower to a nice chick. Here's a rose flower. Tomorrow I take pizza. The other day I take a diamond chain. Yeah. And then eventually, if I've got all the money, it's like Lionel Messi. I'm biased about that. So then I buy a Lamborghini. So the day I'll
be asked to do something,
I'll kneel down. Yeah. With a diamond ring. Yeah. It would be difficult for her to say no. Yeah. Because I've groomed her into that situation.
Before we get to the tricks that these mafia use, let's first talk about the pressure. Where does the pressure come from? Is it because you are financially desperate? Is it because you want to achieve certain things? Where's the pressure usually coming from?
So it's trying to support a lavish lifestyle. Mm-hmm. The first thing that if I'm playing in Europe or just a mere local team that is paying me 30, 40,000, if I reach to 70,000 kwacha, I make a 70,000 kwacha. The first thing I would do is buy a car. And obviously you've seen this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, most players buying cars. So it's because it's not about a necessity at that time. It's about luxury. You want to show that I'm happening. So it's a lifestyle that you want to.
Okay. Yeah. So I bet that this mafia would look at you and say, maybe they study you before you even know yourself. They try to see certain tendencies to say, he would want a Lamborghini, he wants a Ferrari, so they've seen the desperation and the pressure.
Now, there's no desperation. Uh-huh. That's the grooming process.
Yeah. What tricks are they using now?
So in the grooming, when they start grooming you, I like the way you play. That's a trick, because they want you to start delivering at the end of the day. So, but there are others who just approach you and say, yes, 10,000, yes, $50,000. Can you fix this match? Here are the odds and stuff like that. So they're different. So there are those tricksters and there are those who are just direct. And the ones who are direct are the ones who would eventually start threatening your life if you want out. And if you realize that this is wrong, and then, no, I think I cannot do this.
Did you at any point want out?
Yes.
Were you ever threatened?
Yes. My family was threatened. They showed me photos of my family whilst I was that side in Europe, and it's difficult to come out. Even when you are seeing all these threatening, the guns, you're seeing someone talking to you, this game you have to lose by 4-0. You know, it's difficult for a person who has been corrupted in the mind to say, you know what, no, I've got to stop. Yes, you are vulnerable at that time, you know, but when you are corrupted, it's very difficult, even when you are vulnerable, to say no. So because the money is, hey, man, that's too much money.
No, that's a lot. Even by today's standards,
Yes,
that's a lot.
it's a lot of money. So that's why we are here today to say, you know what, integrity will make you sleep in a bedroom peacefully. You will not look at your shoulders that who's coming when you're walking in the streets. That's why we are preaching this gospel. But it was very difficult to be honest, and yeah, I got arrested. The mafia also got arrested eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But help me out with here, and in so doing, you're helping out the youngster today who wants to break into Europe or any other league that has such mafia. How do they spot and avoid such? How do they know to say, okay, now I've been approached, and how do I avoid?
Yeah. So that's why today we are raising awareness. We are educating these sports people that there are measures that have been put in place. There are reporting mechanisms that have been put in place. You can report, like here in Zambia. I'll give you an example of how we are managing sport here in Zambia. We've got a safeguarding officer at the National Olympic Committee of Zambia. So when there were Region 5 games just recently in Namibia, so the safeguarding officer for the National Olympic Committee of Zambia was the country safeguarding officer for Region 5. So then from safeguarding officer at organization, so there's also what is called a sports commission, a safe sport commission. So the safe sport commission has got
And we have those in Zambia.
yes.
Okay.
So under the National Olympic Committee of Zambia, so there's a commission called a Safe Sport Commission. And then it comprises of people like all institutions such as the Drug Enforcement Commission. There's the Anti-Corruption Commission,
Okay.
SEC.
Okay.
Then there's the police, the Victim Support Unit. And then also there's the Human Rights. And then I have also been sitting on that commission.
Okay.
So that commission, you can see that when there's a case that has been raised, so these institutions will take it up, we sit down, we analyze, and then we investigate. We start investigating the case. So if it's a criminal case, there's SEC and there's police. So they'll take it up and make sure that the perpetrator is brought to book.
It's sorry, forgive me, and it's kind of hard for me to believe that we actually have that. Either that commission or those bodies are very, very extremely efficient, or our players in whatever sports discipline are so disciplined that they don't practice this match fixing and any form of result manipulation.
Yeah.
Because you know
are
why I'm
being
asking this?
diplomatic.
Yeah, because we are not seeing any results anywhere to say this person has been arrested for match fixing or betting, whatever.
No,
We're not seeing all that, and then we have all these bodies. Makes me ask whether you are really efficient.
Yeah, so maybe I can say when it comes to visibility, maybe we are not so much visible. Yeah, but I'll tell you that these bodies are there, and then the National Sports Council of Zambia. There's now the CEO, Director CEO, Mr. Sombra.
Yeah,
We've
good man.
yes, we've worked together at regional level. And he's also putting up with his staff. They're putting up structures that can support that. So we will be visible. Yeah. If you cannot know that there are such bodies, then it's us who are maybe lagging behind. Yeah. So, but we'll be visible. We'll make sure that everyone knows. But I will tell you that we've been out there trying to safeguard the integrity of sport, and we've had a lot of cases being reported. Just for your information, and the cases have been dealt with. Yes, we cannot come out to say we've actually arrested this one and stuff like that.
But why not? Because it will act as a deterrent to would-be perpetrators.
Yes. So, the anti-corruption has also got the whistleblower protection, what you say it, act.
Yeah.
So, and under the Whistleblower Protection Act, you have to protect the whistleblower. You have to treat certain cases with utmost confidentiality that they deserve. Yes. So, but I'll be honest with you that on the other hand, we're doing so much, but on the other hand, we are not. People are not seeing that there's something that is being done.
By my count, there are about.
Is it okay if I can drink some water?
Oh, please.
It's getting hot. Speaking English is tough.
No, we can use whatever language you prefer, if at all. It's blocking somewhere.
Yes, I'm a Tonga Lozi man, but I'm more of a Kopala because I
feel yourself. Yeah. So I was about to say, by my count, there are about 33 sports betting companies in Zambia. And if I'm not mistaken, they are usually Zambian matches or league games on those, whatever it is that they are called. I don't bet, so I wouldn't know. But
Why
I just
don't
know
you
that.
Bet?
I haven't seen the need yet. But what I'm trying to drive at is this. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Zambia is already out of the World Cup qualifiers. Okay. And I think I should like to think so if the president says okay. Anyway, but that's a subject for another day. Now, I was about to say, we've got footballers, we've got our goalkeeper, we've got the defenders, we've got your strikers, and so on and so forth. We are definitely at a point where we might not go. But there's a Zambia versus one of the countries which say, maybe for argument's sake, needs those points. And then they are told to say 25th minute or in the second half, get a red card or concede a penalty and so on and so forth. And then the betting companies have put certain odds to say this defender will be given a red card in the second half. The mafia have told him to say, we are giving you $200,000 for you to concede a penalty or
get a red card. Yeah.
And that happens. The sports betting companies get furious because there's a lot of money that they are going to lose.
Yeah.
The mafia make money. The player makes money. How do you detect that?
So,
do we have enough detecting mechanisms? And that's just a scenario that I've given. I could give so many. But in short, we're saying match fixing, basically.
Yeah.
Through and supported by the betting companies. Because I would go on this betting platform, bet this match, bet this match, bet this match, bet this match, bet that match, and so on and so forth. By the time the result comes out, we are millionaires. The footballer can even retire if he wants to.
Yeah.
So how do you detect that?
So, first of all, I want to make it clear. Betting is a business. Okay? Betting is a business, and they're also making money. The person who's greedy is the one who makes betting to look bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So athletes or any person who's in sport, we don't allow them to bet because betting is addictive, and then you'll be tempted at some point to bet on your own team because you have inside information. So you can bet on your team saying our player
in the 17th
in the
minute
70th he will be substituted, or our player is going to be injured, will not last, because you know that he's carrying a knock.
Yeah.
So because of that, you may bet, you may predict. So that's why we discourage.
But can't I tell my relative or a friend?
No. Actually, there are 4 key rules when it comes to the prevention of competition manipulation. So the first one, we say do not bet. The second, do not fix. The third is do not share inside information of strategies or health issues. And then the fourth one is always report when you suspect any match fixing.
But how are you going to know if I've done this
Yeah,
in secrecy?
Now, when you see the odds, the way they play around, when you see the fluctuation of the odds, how people are betting, it's easy to say that, no, this one, there's something suspicious here because of how suddenly the stakes are going high, just like that. So you're able to detect that. And then there are mechanisms that are there to detect. Okay. With the International Olympic Committee, the OM unit on the prevention of competition manipulation, where I sit, so we use a tool called EBIS. Okay. Yeah, EBIS, it is a system that detects. So it's the intelligence around, it's the intelligence. I'm a football coach, so I use most of my, So it's a system that detects and that monitors what is happening in betting or in the sports arena. So we are in partnership with Interpol. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in partnership with Interpol, and Interpol, the police. So they've got the intelligence around it, and then they are also have memorandum of understanding with the betting companies. Yeah, so we try to regulate.
So far, so good?
So far, so good on the international scene. Mm-hmm. At local level, if you've seen the way the betting companies have mushroomed nowadays, it's I can say it's a time bomb if we're not going to regulate, and if we are not also going flat out to sensitize our clubs, because just last season we saw one player winning, was it 2.5 or 1.5 million? You won a lot of money. Sometime player. And I don't even think that is playing anymore. I don't condemn that player. I don't even judge the player. But I am saying, if a player...
Wait. A local footballer won money off betting?
Yes. Last season, it's all over...
Then we're definitely not safe.
Nah, we're not safe.
Then we are not safe.
We are not safe. So the question that I would ask is, was the player aware that was not supposed to bet, or he was not allowed to bet? Was he aware? Obviously no. Yeah. Because there
will be consequences.
Yes.
But wait a minute. So there seems to be a gap. There's this commission that you have. You've got one player who's winning 1.5 million kwacha, and then we also have do you have such structures? I know Extra Time Sports Podcast focuses on all manner of sport, but I'm going to try and lean towards football more. Do you think like Football House, the Football Association of Zambia, and the Zambian Premier League are doing much in this space? Do they have structures? I think I would like to believe I'm close to a lot of people and authorities and figures at Football House. I don't think we've ever sat down with anybody to talk about the prevention or handling of sports betting. I don't know. Maybe you would know better.
Yeah. So, my weakness nowadays is to tell the truth. Yeah, that's my weakness.
Is there any other way?
There's no other way.
Yeah.
So, but I've had discussions with ZPL chairperson Chimpampwe.
Joseph. Yeah.
I think that was last year.
The other year.
Yeah, and he's very much willing. Actually, to be honest with you, he's very much willing to go flat out and raise awareness when it comes to all the ZPO clubs. Mm-hmm. So I remember I had discussions with the previous regime at FAS that we needed to raise awareness with all the clubs. So, but unfortunately, that did not materialize. But it was something that was being discussed. Those were conversations we were having, And then, but now I'll tell you that there's something that is happening.
Okay.
So all the clubs will undergo an awareness raising workshop. So the FIFA and CAF, they've got guidelines. So the guidelines are the ones that the Football Association of Zambia uses. So, but that's not enough. That's not enough. That's why we're having conversations of going out there to all the clubs, visit all the clubs to raise awareness, to let them know that once a player is caught up in betting, he or she will be banned. And all the administrators, they know about all these things. So we are just trying to emphasize the point that people are not supposed to bet. Players are not supposed to bet.
Okay.
So there is something happening. Yes, under the National Olympic Committee of Zambia, we've done quite a bit when it comes to awareness raising. There's a structure there. There's a structure, and National Sports Council now, they are also moving in the same direction. Last year, they adopted the safeguarding policy in sport that the National Olympic Committee of Zambia developed. These things I'm talking about, policies and everything, it's now it's new. It is, this is the new language that I came across. Yeah, it's my new language. All I knew was formation, periodization, systems of play, that I knew. But now, this is the language that I know. So they adopted a policy, a safeguarding policy, which they are now rolling out to all the federations. And when it comes to the prevention of competition manipulation, all the rules were adopted by all the federations and associations that are affiliated to National Olympic Committee of Zambia. That was in 2000 and just before COVID. Yeah, so they were adopted. The rules, all the rules were adopted. So we've done quite a bit, and in most of these federations, prevention of competition manipulation is more pronounced because each federation has got what we call a single point of contact. He or she is the one that is managing safeguarding issues, integrity issues. So if they're not very active in their federation, then you will not know, like you who's sitting here, you don't know. So we work through the federations, and the federations must be active. So they are the ones now who come to feed into the safeguarding officer at the National Olympic Committee of Zambia, who happens to be Prudence Nswana. She sits there. So she gets these reports from these guys, what they've been doing, and where there's a gap now, she comes in and makes sure that everything is in place. But
Okay, sorry, but this is before I lose this thought. When you compare Zambia to other countries, say maybe around Africa, how do you think we are faring in that regard? Do you think it's rife in other countries and Zambia is maybe we just haven't been hit by the storm, or maybe because we really don't get a lot of these reports, but in comparison to other countries, how do you think we're faring?
I'll answer it this way, because it is not maybe in the newspaper today doesn't mean that it's not happening. Yeah, we are not faring well. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
No, we are not faring well. And I remember, I think 3 seasons ago, there was a recording that went viral.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, so
Something to do with referees.
yes, and then I've never read about what happened, how that case was closed. So because when it went viral, a statement was supposed to be issued that yes, we've seen what
And
is
the closure.
circulating, yeah, and the closure. So because I never read anything about it, so I would say because of that, other people may not have confidence in our systems and structures that we've put.
I'll tell you,
yeah.
I don't have that confidence myself.
Yes.
I really don't. I just don't see with what you have said. It's like there's just an association or a commission or committees that have been set up, but as far as preventing this manipulation is concerned, I really don't see the efficiency in that, more so that we don't get reports. And this is just my opinion here. And I really wish you guys could do more. And in so saying, I'm just seeing that there's so many gaps. There could be two clubs, one with a referee. One has been bought off by some other club because they just need 1 point to survive relegation and so on and so forth. I'm just not seeing at what point you are going to know that this referee has been bought. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
More so that the last time I checked, not with this regime, I think previously, I think when I'm a Mighty Mpira Wanderers supporter,
I know that.
and the system is that the team that is
We
hosting...
can first of all, we cannot speak about this regime now because they are barely 6 months in office.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. But I'm just trying to say, firstly, I'm talking about the model of how referees are paid. And please forgive me, I don't know what the system is like today. But last time I checked, the club that is hosting would pay the referee. So you'd pay the referee, I think it was 300 kwacha or 500 kwacha, I can't remember, but it was under 1,000 kwacha for transport refund and so on and so forth. So we are hosting and we are paying referees. And what would stop us from giving the referee 15,000 kwacha, 20,000 kwacha?
As you're asking me that question, can I also add this to that question?
Sure,
saying,
but you still have to answer.
Yeah, I'm going to answer. I just want to add so that when I'm answering you,
Yeah,
I'm answering
think through
from
it.
yeah.
Perfect.
So, what can stop you from corrupting a referee when I also, as I am hosting, trying to survive, I also buy 12 packs of Hungry Lion for the 4 referees who are officiating that game. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that stops that.
So there are mechanisms that have been put in place when it comes to selection of referees. It is not just referees that are vulnerable to this syndicate, and everyone who is in sport, the player is more vulnerable actually because he's the one who determines. We can say the outcome because he can score an own goal and he can score this side. So, there are mechanisms, like I said, that have been put in place when it comes to the selection of referees. I may not know the inside about how which day they're selecting match officials, but when there was an outcry last season, if not last season, the other season, when they were talking about referees, one referee officiating maybe 7 games, and then there were a lot of incidences, reports. Yeah, so if you've seen from that time how the selection of referees, it has changed. So, so the referees manager or whoever is involved, they heard the cry of the people, and for them to do a stop, to put up a stop just right there and then, they had to look at how they are selecting their referees and then start investigating. So they've been investigating. That's just a fact.
Okay.